This video is brought to you by OneFootball, the one and only place to get all your football news.
Hey guys, it's Ep15 and welcome back to episode 15 of my Napoli career. And in today's episode we have some massive games to play, potentially the biggest games we've ever had to play in one single episode. Massive game against Barcelona to kick things off. That's obviously the quarterfinals of the Champions League. It's the second leg for us to play. The last leg was 1-1, so we got ourselves an away goal, but now we have the home fixture and we've got to try and get ourselves through into the semi-finals of the Champions Cup. Also to play in today's episode as well, game against Juventus, that's in 5 days time. We'll then probably seal the game against Fiorentina, because we are going to be getting through things a little bit quicker now. This is going to be the penultimate episode of the series, so that means we do have to get through quite a few games. Next month then we have a game against Milan, we'll play that one as well. Potentially also play Torino or maybe Udinese, not really too sure. But then we're going to get on to obviously next episode, the Juventus final that we have in the Cup, as well as potentially another Champions League fixture or two. So we'll see exactly how we get on, but I imagine this will probably be the penultimate episode of this series. Certainly this series is ending at the end of this season, and I'll be announcing the next career mode very, very shortly. Before we get into today's episode though, if we could try and hit 75 likes, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. I'd really appreciate that. And don't forget to use the hashtag comment of the day to leave your comments in the comment section below. Today's comment of the day is on screen right now. Thank you all so much for leaving them. This is the team I'm going to go with for the game against Barcelona. It's a 4-3-3 defend formation that we're going to go with rather than the fire at the back this time round. We are going to go with the usual sort of formation that we go with. Kepa starts in goal for Renzi, Koulibaly, Maximovic, and Mario Rui there in defence. In front of that, I've got Diawara, Jorginho, and Hamšík in midfield. Callahan, Mertens, and Insigne as our front three. So let's see how we get on against Barca. Got to try and get ourselves through to the next round. Last game was fairly tough. We deserved probably a couple more goals than what we got in the end. Didn't quite work in our favour, unfortunately. But that's what sometimes happens. You've got to try and deal with it, and now we're in the second leg, and things are pretty close. Okay, then here we go for this game against Barcelona. Let's find out exactly how we get on in this match. I imagine they're going to play a lot of attacking players again. They obviously did in the last fixture, and they were looking very, very good going forward. Not so good defensively, especially in that second half, but we managed to open them up plenty of times, and we did look quite a threat ourselves. But we'll wait and see exactly how we get on with this 4-3-3 formation, slightly different to the one that we played in our last leg. Chance here, Suarez shoots and scores. It's an away goal for Barcelona. They've got Lamar playing. It's all Dave Ramirez had signed him. They've got that many attacking players that they've got so many to choose from, and they've completely annihilated us with that bit of passing there. Suarez just gives us the shoulder and just runs past Koulibaly with ease. It's a good finish, but goalkeeper was in no man's land really. Poor positioning from him, but it's 1-0 Barcelona, 2-1 aggregates, and this is going to be a really, really tough game. Really tough game. Saved by the goalkeeper, another good chance for Barcelona. Oh, we're not looking good. Not looking good enough to go through into the next round at the moment, and that's the big worry for me. We're going to have to change something at half-time, because it feels like a matter of time before Barcelona get a second, and we're just not doing enough when we have the ball. Half-time, losing the game 1-0, 2-1 aggregate at the moment in favour of Barcelona. We're going out to the Champions League at this rate. We need to change something at half-time. It's not been good enough at all. Need to find a new way of beating them. Okay, so Jorginho to come off, we're going to bring in Alan. We're going to change formation to a 4-1-4-1. It seems like we're making ourselves less attacking in order to get a goal, and that's basically what we are trying to do. We're going to counter-attack now. We played this formation, I think, in the last leg. It works quite well for us, but we are just going to basically sit in, keep hold of the ball, and then try and hit on the break with our pace. We'll see what happens. Hopefully get somewhere near back into this game, though. Hamšík hits the post. 2 minutes into the second half. Good start. Better. Okay, so another change for us here. Milik's going to come on. We are going to therefore take off Insigne. A little bit controversial potentially, but we are going to go with a 5-3-2 formation now with a centre attacking mid, which is going to be Callahan in behind the two strikers. 5 at the back as well. So, yeah, it's going to be different. It's going to be tough, I think, now to go and win this game. Obviously, when you play Barcelona as Napoli, as good as Napoli are, you never really expected to beat Barcelona, to be honest. As much as we want to, and as much as I think we can, with 30 minutes left in particular, it's going to be very, very tricky to be able to do that. They've got a really good team, and they've brought in a lot of good players as well. Mertens, look for that ball through there to Milik. He's got the strength. Does he have the pace? He's running through. Milik to score, hopefully, and he has done. It's the equalising goal we need, and it's 2-2. And the substitute has done it. He's been on the pitch a couple of minutes, but he has got ourselves back to level terms. At the moment, we're going into extra time and penalties, but Milik gets the goal, and it's a good little finish past the goalkeeper. Runs through, and I think it's Mertens there with the assist as well, and those changes have worked almost immediately. Great counter-attack, and we've managed to get ourselves back to level terms. No, it's going to happen. Messi plays it back across. So close. Thought we conceded there. Yes, we have to do that. And we've won it back as well, not even a foul. Let's keep going then. Ball through, looking for Milik. What a pass that is from the injured Mertens. Milik running through, coming inside to shoot. And he scored the winning goal. How has this even happened? It's 3-2 in aggregate, and it's 2-1 in this game. And Milik has surely got ourselves the winner. The substitute gets his second of the game. I have no idea how this has happened, but we might well have just won the match. Barcelona have looked so much better as well in the last 15 minutes, constantly winning back the ball off us, not letting us out of our own half, but that's just a hoof up there from Mertens. Milik brings it down brilliantly, comes inside, shoots probably a little bit early, to be honest. I thought it was, at least when I shot, but it has found its way past to Stegen somehow. Great finish in the end, and the substitute has done it for us, should send us into the next round. Unbelievable end to this game, and we might well have just got ourselves the victory into the semi-final as well of the Champions League. Go on, ref, blow your whistle. Blow your whistle now. There we go. That's it. Big victory over Barcelona. Not deserved at all, but we got through, and that's the most important thing. And it finishes 3-2 in aggregate, and we'll happily take that. Anyway, of getting into the semi-finals is fine by me. You see Barcelona just edging it there on shots and also possession as well. I mean, that's why for me I think they did deserve to win the game. They had the better of possession. It looks more of a threat, but ultimately we've somehow come away with a win ourselves. Unbelievable how we've managed to do that. Player injured, that's Mertens out for 3 weeks with a sprained knee. He seemed okay to continue. He got the assist as well at the end, so don't know why he's suddenly out for 3 weeks. We've got ourselves a few games to catch up in the league now. If we win those next 2 games, then we go on to 80 points, 10 points front of Inter Milan. So that puts us in a great position. Got a game against Juventus, which we are going to be playing now. We'll change with our team a little bit and hopefully pick a good side. Okay, so the fixtures have all actually changed a little bit now, because we've got Tottenham in the next round, which is quite a good draw for us. So yeah, a lot of the fixtures have changed. Some of those games now have to be played next episode. But still, a game against Juventus to play. We are going to change on the team and hopefully have a good alternative to Mertens up front. Okay, so that's the team I'm going to go into this next game we have coming up. Basically, the only changes that have been made are Guerrero and Albiol in defence, and then also Milik starting up front for us, obviously with the injured Mertens not being able to play. In midfield, I've kept things basically the same. I think we'll just obviously bring in Leandro onto the bench as well. Let's see what we get on against Juventus. Could be a tough game, this one. Started Milik purely because obviously how he played in that last game, getting ourselves 2 goals and getting us into the next round, so he deserves to be rewarded with a start here. Let's find out how he gets on. Could be a tough game against Juve. What we might actually do, thinking about it, is go back to the other formation, because that has better tactics, I think. We'll go to the attacking formation. Still with the same team though, just playing a little bit further forward. Okay, we go for this game then against Juventus. Let's see how we get on. Juve obviously with a great team. Not doing so well this season, not in the top 2 for certain. I think Inter Milan are second, so no idea where Juve are. They might be 3rd or 4th, something like that. But they do still have a great side, so I'm not going to underestimate them. And hopefully we've got enough in our team to be able to beat them here. And yeah, let's wait and find out. Oh, Hamšík's won it back. Hamšík, oh, he scores as well. It's not even Hamšík, it's Callahan, I think, in fact. It's done it, of course, on the right-hand side. Wins it back off Alexandro, and he scores brilliantly into the bottom left-hand corner, inside 20 minutes. And it's come from a bit of a defensive mistake there. Milik just tries sort of a long ball and switching it over to Callahan, who was also on the right-hand side, and he managed to just about win it off Alexandro, but it should have been much more comfortable for the left back there. Should have just played it back to the keeper, but it's a bad initial touch, I think, on his weaker side that allows Callahan just to rob it off him and shoot. And we're winning the game 1-0. Good start to the match. No way. Dreadful defending. What a way to concede there to Juventus. That's so bad. We had the ball, and then the next minute we didn't have the ball. Higuain nicked it off us. Too easy. And just slots it home past the goalkeeper. Really, really poor defending is that. Just, I think Koulibaly was it there at the back that just doesn't do anything with the ball, just allows him to be robbed of it. He wins it back here. I can't quite tell who it was. Was it Koulibaly? Yeah, it was. Had control of the ball and then just lost it. And Higuain slots it home, 1-1. Half-time, 1-1. Let's get on with the second half straight away. Disappointing to concede like that. Milik into Hamšík. Hamšík weaving in and out and shooting, and I thought we should have scored that. Thought we had scored it as well. No way. Again, what is going on with our defending today? Hamšík running forward again, breaks through the defence. Hamšík! Oh, he's got to score it. What are we even doing? This is rubbish. Raul Albiol, now chance again, forwards to the back post this time. How has Buffon got there? He's like 40. How has he managed to scramble to that? Oh, so close. Gets across his goal, unbelievably. There from Buffon. First 2 changes, Unas and Zelinski both gone. We're going to take off Hamšík and Insigne. 2 decent players coming off here, so a little bit risky, but I think we need something a bit different going forward now. So change of the centre attacking mid and the left winger. Unas hopefully going to get some crosses in for Milik. Might even bring on Pulisic a little bit later on if things need to change a little bit more. Good chance here. Wow. If he'd shot, then he probably would have scored. He decided to pass, and luckily it was cut out. Again, our defence torn apart by 2 Juventus players. Oh, again, it's 3 Juventus players this time that have scored. We're all over the place. We can't handle little passes like that. We're just second to everything. Losing the game 2-1, and Juventus have come back from losing the game 1-0. Pulisic coming on now. We are going to take off Diawara. Obviously, Zielinski going to drop back. Callahan going to play as the centre attacking mid. Running out of time now. 15 minutes left, and things looking quite unlikely, really, to go in our favour. No way. Dreadful again. Lost the game to Juventus, not good enough at all. They deserved to win the game, and so quite rightly they won it. Yeah, we've got to improve. Luckily, it's coming to the end of this series now because we really are dreadful at times. We're so inconsistent. I know we're top of the league, I know we're through into the Champions League semi-finals, and so it all seems good, but we're not performing at a good enough level consistently. We are scraping some wins. We're getting wins where we don't deserve to win as well. In this case, we had more chances. We just didn't take them. So everything seems very backwards on this game. This sort of match, based on the stats, you should win very comfortably. 9 shots, 6 on target, only scored 1 goal, not good enough. But if you look at the Barcelona game, they were better than us. Yeah, we did win that match. So everything just seems to work the other way for some reason, and sometimes that happens. But yeah, lost this game. That gives Inter Milan a chance to catch us up a little bit, and that's obviously very annoying for that to happen because we had 2 games in hand to try and extend our lead, and we've just messed with those chances up. We still do have 2 games in hand, but the points gap now is only 2 in front of Juventus, in fact. On to this game against Udinese now. It's going to be a game that we're going to sim, and we have changed the team a little bit as well. We're going to go for a 4-4-2 formation. We've stuck with our usual 4-3-3, but we have changed the personnel a little bit. Insigne scores after 12 minutes. That's a good start for us. We are going to skip and won the game 3-1, so good news for us. 2 for Insigne, 1 for Pulisic as well, and Udinese scoring there. But yeah, overall very happy with that. Gets us 3 points and keeps us just about in front of the teams below us. Juventus 5 points behind us, but we do have a game in hand, so it could be 8 after that. So Juventus must have lost their game. No? Okay, we just extended our lead, basically. The most amount of points Juventus can get is 84, so we obviously need 8 more points now in order to win the league title. We've had an approach here from a team I've never heard of before, but they've approached us to try and bring in Tungia, our left-back who's going to be leaving at the end of the season. It could well happen. We'll wait and find out whether anything is agreed. Player returns from injury, that's Mertens. Great news. He's back in time for the important game against Tottenham. That's after this game against Fiorentina. We're going to sim this game. It's risky to do that. I think we're going to have to do it through the calendar. I was saying that's also risky because you get more injuries and suspensions that way. So maybe we'll have to do it just through the usual route, but just put out a good enough team. But again, we've got to rest players as well for Tottenham, so very tough to decide what sort of tie to put out here. Okay, so this is the team I'm going to go with. Plenty of changes, as ever. Let's find out. Can we beat Fiorentina away and sim in the game? Don't like ever simming away matches like this, but we're going to have to. I want to try and get through some more matches, and we've conceded after 4 minutes. Maybe a sign of what things are to come in this game. 30 minutes in, still remains 1-0 Fiorentina, still looking for a goal ourselves. Approaching half-time, and nothing else has happened in this game. Into the second half, still remains 1-0. Can we maybe just get an equaliser? That would be quite helpful. 25 minutes left, and made it 2-0. Of course, they have. They'll run away with the game. Hamsik gets one back, 2-1, but lost the game again. Yeah, it's another thing with this game where you lose small matches when you're away and you sim the game. It happens all the time, and that just makes things even more difficult for us now in the league. Yeah. 5 points in front of Juventus still, but we should have extended it there. Okay, so this is who I'm going to go with for this game against Tom. It's the first leg of the match we have to play in the semi-finals of the Champions League. This is the side I'm going to go with. Kepa starts in goal, Florenzi at right back, Koulibaly, Maksimovic and Mario Rui there in defence. Jorginho, Hamsik and Diawara in midfield. Callahan and Mertens has been risked back in this team. He's starting up front, Insigne on the left-hand side. So we have made 1 or 2 changes, nothing drastic. We have gone with Mertens. We're risking him playing up front, coming back from injury straight away. This bench I've gone with, pretty standard stuff. You've seen this bench a lot of times before, and you see the players there that are missing out as well. Let's crack on the game. Let's try and get ourselves a good sort of start to this fixture, I suppose. It is the home leg, and so it does mean that we have to be careful with away goals and make sure we don't concede any. Ideally, obviously, against this Tottenham team. They're going to be a tough side. They're playing probably a 5-3-2, I'd imagine. But I guess we'll have to wait and see exactly what they bring to the table. Hopefully we're able to deal with it with this 4-3-3 formation. Let's wait and find out. Okay, then here we go for this game against Tottenham. Potentially a tough game. We'll wait and find out exactly what they do in this match. Harry Kane's going to be starting up front. Not really too sure who with, to be honest. Not exactly sure of the lineup at all. I imagine there'll be a couple of new signings in there. There's certainly one player I don't recognise the name of already. I think he's going to be partnering Harry Kane up front. So we'll wait and see anyway. Can't have too many sloppy passes in this game. Got to try and slicken things up a little bit in this match. Mertens out wide here to Callahan, waiting for Hamsik to make the right run, gets tripped up, it's got to be a foul, come on ref. Mertens into Hamsik, Hamsik running forward to shoot, saved by the keeper, Insigne follows, hits the side netting, probably our best chance of the game so far, still remains 0-0. Oh, good chance here. Oh, we should pass it surely to Harry Kane. The striker decides to shoot for some reason. Harry Kane by far in the best position out of the two of the players. Doesn't play the cross, and luckily for us, out for a corner. 35 minutes in, good delivery here. Actually got to be cleared though. Well played, whoever did that. Ball inside here. Jorginho going to look for a cross. Into the back post for Callahan. Heads it the wrong way. Helpful. Still got it here. Handshake to turn and shoot. Straight into the goalkeeper's arms, probably go wide, I think, in the end as well. Fairly even game, but probably slightly edging it, I'd say, but not by much, to be honest. Tottenham looking at a threat when they go forward, but they just don't do it that many times. It's doing well at half-time, and let's crack on with the second half. Florenzi here, going to line up a shots, I think, from range. Oh, what a finish! Florenzi does it. He gives us the opener, and the right back has smashed it in, past Hugo Lloris and into the back of the net. We're about 7 minutes in, I think, into the second half now. Florenzi has scored absolute beauty from miles away. It's 1-0. What a finish that is there from the full-back. We'll watch it again on the replay. We've been struggling to break them down as I'd hoped to do. Obviously, they're playing fight back. It's very tricky to do that, so you're going to have a long-range shot somewhere. And that one's caught Hugo Lloris by surprise. It flies past him and into the back of the net. What a finish from Florenzi. Fantastic strike, exactly what we tried to do. And it's come off perfectly, and winning the game 1-0. Diawara, ball through here. Mertens trying to get there, still going. Mertens! Oh, had to be a second goal. It should have been a second. How has he managed it? Oh, well played again. We keep winning back the ball in dangerous areas. The Tottenham defence are all over the place. Insigne's running through. He's going to go to the back post now for Callahan. Side netting. How has he managed that? Should be a goal, surely. It's an open net. So frustrating we haven't taken our chances. We'll look to the bench now, I think. All three changes, Leandrinho, Pulisic and Allen all to go on. We're going to take off Jorginho, Hamšík and Mertens. And we'll go with the usual sort of players playing in the same positions that you'd expect, to be honest. Mertens coming off. He's just returned back from injury, so 80 minutes under his belt's a pretty good start to that. And he will also get more game time as he slowly comes back, but he's near enough played the whole game. Pulisic to shoot himself. Hits the bar. It's going anywhere but the back of the net at the moment. It should be 3, 4 or 5. It's ridiculous the amount of chances. Pulisic, Leandrinho, back to Pulisic. Go on, back to Leandrinho. Oh, saved again. Can we not just pick a corner, please? But that is it. We've won the game 1-0. Should be 4 or 5. The tie should be over. We should already be in the final, but we're not. And that means that the second leg still means something. That's very frustrating. The game should be over here. We've only taken one chance. 13 shots, 6 on target. Tottenham 3 shots, 0 on target. Complete dominance really from us, but no real rewards, just the 1 goal. And it's, yeah, not really enough. No away goals, obviously, which is good. Good to see that Tottenham didn't score any against us. That's a positive, but yeah, frustrating because we should be well in front. Transfer talks break down for Zungier. He's not leaving us, at least not as part of that deal anyway. Probably his wage. On to this game against Torino now. We've got a game in hand currently over second place Juventus, I think. We're having to make loads of changes to this team though, because we've got another game against Tottenham the second leg in just 3 days' time. So we have had to make loads of changes. You can see the whole team's pretty much changed, I think, other than the keeper. So Zelensky scores on the penalty spot 13 minutes in. They equalised 5 minutes later, and already we're back to square one. And they've got in front. It's 2 from the same player. Approaching half-time and into the second half, losing the game 2-1. Already they've managed to undo our lead, but we've got one back through Pulisic. 25 minutes left in this game. We'll skip, and we lose the game. We lose the game. Maggio there playing for probably like a 3rd time or something. Got himself sent off, and we've lost the game. That's the issue when you sim matches or when you have to put out a weaker team, all these sort of things. These are all obviously the reason why we've lost, and I'm not trying to say that it's anyone else's fault but my own. It's my own fault for picking that team, but ultimately I want to do well in the Champions League, so having to sacrifice a few points in the league right now, that means we're only 2 points in front of Juventus. That makes things tough going to the final 3 games. We can't afford too many more slip-ups, because, yeah, things could change pretty quickly. We're starting to lose games and drop a lot of points. It's not good. At least Maggio's suspended now, that's a positive. Okay, on to this game now against Tottenham. It's the second leg. Obviously, we won the last leg 1-0, and the team is exactly the same. They're putting out no changes whatsoever, exactly the same team. I was very happy with how we performed, just wasn't happy with the finishing. So that's obviously something we can improve in this game. But yeah, looking forward to seeing exactly how we get on and how we respond to not scoring as many goals as we should. It's the away leg, so the away goals mean a lot. Essentially, if we score maybe 2 goals in this game, we should go on to win it. But it's, easier said than done, and so that means that things could be pretty tricky in this game. We'll wait and see anyway what Tottenham brings to the table. It could be that they have a bit more fight and a bit more sort of forward play in this game. Let's wait and find out. Okay, here we are for this game at Wembley Stadium against Tottenham, fighting for a place in the Champions League final. Let's see how we get on. Got to try and get ourselves a victory here. Going to be a tough game. They always are when you're playing this sort of stage of the tournament. And so I'm not expecting an easy ride here whatsoever. We've got to be more clinical though. Not good enough in terms of our finishing in the last leg. Hopefully that can be different this time round. Let's wait and see. Ball through here to Callahan. Callahan running forward. Hugo Lloris was well off his line down. We shoot and we score. It's an away goal. Callahan does it from a tight angle. And it's not too dissimilar, actually, to the one that Florenzi scored in the last game. Maybe a slightly more favourable position, I think, out wide. But still a really good strike there from Callahan. Look at that ball through in between the fullback and the centre-back. Callahan a little bit nearer on goal as well, with a great strike across Hugo Lloris. And it's 2-0 now, doubled our lead, but also giving ourselves an away goal as well. Huge advantage now. So even if Tottenham were to score 2, we'd still go through into the final. It's half-time, winning the game 1-0, 2-0 on aggregates. Obviously in a good position at the moment to go through into the final. Tottenham not really threatening too much. We're having the best of the opportunities, and still looking for a third goal on aggregate here. Insigne into Hamsik. Hamsik running forward. It has to be a good chance. Hamsik saved by Lloris. It was going across goal. Don't know if it was going on target, but he got something to it. And now Florenzi's going to join the attack and come back inside, and that's caused him to lose the ball, and not the best of challenges there for Callahan. Ball over the top here. Insigne again going to look for a cross. Go on, Jorginho on the volley. What a save by Hugo Lloris. How has that been saved? I thought he was going to smash it in the back of the net there. Didn't quite happen. Yes. Come on. Got the ball. If not with the player. Insigne, go for the delivery. Go on, Hamsik's in there. Has to be. Come on. Head it down. Head it down. All three changes. Pirlo, certainly, Antonio and Guerrero all to go on. We're going to take off Insigne, Hamsik and Callahan. 3 good players coming off here. 20 minutes left. Antonio running at the defence, going to play a ball through here. Mertens, can he finish the game off? Mertens, he does, he tucks it home. That's it, game over in the Champions League final. Mertens has done it. It's 3-0 on aggregates. It's 2 away goals for us in this game. About time we're a bit more clinical as well. We deserved to already be really sort of 2 or 3-0 up anyway in this game, but it's finally managed to happen. The substitute plays a lovely ball through there, and just the pace of Mertens wins it and slots it home past Lloris, and we are winning this game, and we are through into the final as well. 8 minutes to go. Hopefully we can see it out and keep another clean sheet. Guerrero going to play it on, and that's it. We're into the final of the Champions League. Delighted to see that happen. Got in there with Napoli into the final. Very, very happy to see that happen. Don't think anyone really expected it. I mean, Napoli obviously a good side, but I wouldn't say they're in the top 3 teams on the planet. So delighted to see us get there, and I'm very impressed that we've beaten some good teams as well. Tottenham obviously in this round and the previous rounds, Barcelona as well. So we have managed to overcome some good sides, and I'm glad to see us get through into the final against Chelsea by the looks of it, unless the second leg hasn't yet been played, but I'm sure we'll find out very soon anyway. Does seem like it's going to be Chelsea at the moment. Okay, so we're in a difficult position right now because Juventus have overtaken us. We have a game in hand though, so we can go 2 points in front of them yet again, but they've played first, and so that means we're in a very difficult position. We need to beat Sampdoria here, and we're going to sim the game, is basically what we're going to do. Obviously don't want to do that, don't want to be in that position to ever have to sim these sort of important games, but this is kind of the flow that I wanted the next this episode and the next episode to have. It was meant to be a fairly sort of quick flow where we get through quite a lot of games, and so we are going to have to sim this one, unfortunately. I really don't want to do this because it always feels like the result's inevitable already, but I don't have that much choice either way. Sampdoria are doing pretty well in the league at the moment, and so, you know, they are going to be in good form. Just got to hope that it works in our favour this time. This is a strong team. On paper, we should definitely beat them, but this is FIFA. This is an away match. And, yeah, this is going to be tough. Let's see. Approaching half-time. Still remains 0-0. Ramirez takes the lead for the opposition. Into the second half. I said it was almost like it was going to be inevitable, really. It seems like that is the case. 25 minutes left. 20 minutes left. 15 minutes left. 10 minutes left. We've messed it up. 1-1 it finishes. Mertens gets an equaliser in the 90th minute. Not happy, of course, because the game is obviously an absolute shambles. That sort of scoreline is not acceptable. We've overtaken them just about on goal difference. We've still got a game in hand as well. And we've been let off the hook because they have lost to Roma. We have definitely been let off the hook there. Wow. Okay, they have lost, and that means the most amount of points they can get now is 81. So if we win this next game against Milan, we've won the league title. It's in our hands. We've got so lucky there, wow. That is unbelievably lucky. I'll happily take that though, and things might just be going in our favour for once. We still have to beat AC Milan though. And that game against AC Milan is going to be next episode. That is the end of today's episode, probably being quite a long one. Hopefully you guys are okay with that. Next episode is going to be the final one of the series as well. Then that will be it, and we'll be starting a new career, which I will announce very, very soon. Looking forward to it as well. Started recording it already, and it will be good. So that is everything for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could try and hit 75 likes, then I'd really appreciate it. Also, please go ahead, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'd really, really appreciate that. It's great to see that sub count going up as well. I do have big plans for this next coming year, so hopefully you guys can help me out massively by smashing that subscribe button. Let me know if you have hit that subscribe button and you're a new subscriber from this video. Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to use the hashtag comment of the day as well to be featured in the next episode of this crew. And thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.